Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, while I got you here, go check out the website, 89bushsupra.org, and check out the t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. See if you want anything. Anyway, we haven't been updated on the truck lately due to I haven't been keeping track of everything, but we got the front end on it, and we're gonna do the booster pump on it today. So let me show you what the front end of it looks like. Look at this thing, y'all. It's a lot different than it did, don't it? Got that under there because we changed the filter. Haven't put the LEDs in yet. He's working on the boxes. We got to change this booster pump in here. Maybe. I don't know if Jason brought it or not. But we're going to get started on it here soon. So let me see if he got it. If he did, we'll get started on that. If not, we're going to work on them boxes. And we fixed that hole because I had two gas tanks and I had busted out. And if I got video of it, I'll show the video of what it looked like before. So let's get to it. Okay, a little bit of change of plans. So he didn't get a chance to get by and get the booster pump that he needed today. Got the heater on. I need to shut this door, I guess. Got a big hole here. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna paint that. We're gonna paint that, and then he's got another place on the other side we got to paint. And I don't know what part of the video is in this, what ain't, but I'm gonna go ahead and go over it. He has an oil leak in this thing, and he said that it'll actually, it's so bad that what it'll do is it'll actually leave like drips behind him when he takes off somewhere. I'm gonna show you what I did find, and the first thing we're gonna address, because it is leaking. At first I thought it was the oil filter, with the way it was going down. I changed it. If I put that part of the video in there, you'll see that. If not, it's what we thought it was, put oil filter on it. Let me show you what we got. Alright, so these diesels, let's see if I can get to it without getting up too high. I have this pump right here. I think it's this one. Anyway, see that line right there? That line, right? So this line right here and this line right here is the high pressure oil line that runs into a pump down in there. You see that fitting? See that fitting? Well, one fit goes right there, and one fit goes. There's the hose. Shit, I'm gonna line off. I ain't got nowhere to put this thing, y'all. The other one goes right here. This one don't really look like it's leaking. When we started up, started running, this hose is leaking. The bad thing is it's leaking right in this crevice right here. So we're gonna take this hose apart or off and look at it and see what we can find. But that's one oil leak. But what it's doing is it's leaking and it's going down in this valley. And I don't know if you can see back there. You can't see it. But anyway, you can see somebody put a little sock thing down in there. So a guy told him that this fuel filter thing was leaking at the bowl, and that's what was down in there. It wasn't oil. Unfortunately, he might not have been wrong about that. It might have been leaking, but that hose is leaking and it's dripping and running down in that valley. And when he takes off, the truck goes like that, and when it does, it runs over that back part of that valley. And when he hits the brakes, it's coming over the front and going down the front. So I know that that's leaking. We're going to address that, fix that, and go from there. And if you did see it, remember all that tape is under there. It's all gone. We took all that out, bit those braces to where they were, and we got the piece put right here. This piece wasn't here, and that's why he had all that tape. So it's back on it now. So we're good there. All right, we're back. It's Wednesday. That's what day it is. So there's that piece we painted. It's pretty decent. You can tell a little bit of a color difference, but you also got to think this thing's filthy. Look how dirty this thing is. So got that painted. Back section back here done. That was painted that top rail. Then he had a place right here in the cab, done it. And then that's where all, he said it come from, like him smoking and the ashes are hitting the cab thing, so that's what that come from. We painted it. And then, go around, round and round we go. You won't be able to see this side, it's gonna dark. That, this cab was, still got the dent, but we fixed that. And then painted that door. We didn't really fix the dents, but he wanted to get it all one color, so we painted it. He wasn't worried about the body work on it. He just wanted to get it same color-ish to where it wouldn't rust anymore. So we sanded it, got the rust off of it, sprayed it. So pretty much just scuff and shoot what he wanted done to get it the same color. And that way when you're looking at it, that right there was actually brown where the paint had come off of it. So anyway, let me show you what we're getting into today. I'll do a little step-by-step on this as far as what I'm doing to do it, but you can see this is your oh crap, my mind just went blank. Anyway, it's like your brake booster, but it's a hydro boost. That's what he called it, hydro boost. It's got your lines run from your power steering up here and here, and it runs that like a brake booster. He didn't need the master cylinder, but it come all as one piece. So we're just gonna put a whole piece on it. If you were just replacing this piece, you'd have to take this bolt out and that bolt out and pull that off. And then as you can see, this has a bracket that runs down to this bolt right here. So you gotta take the nuts off, take the brackets off, undo those on both sides. And then this is your, like a return line type deal. So you gotta take those two lines off, that off, these two nuts off, go under the dash, take those 4 bolts off and get this off. Just this piece. But since we're doing the whole thing, we're not going to take this stuff apart. We're going to leave it like it is and put brake fluid in here and just use this whole thing. This whole thing was guaranteed from where you got it from to work for like 90 days or whatever, so we're going to put it in. So let me show you what we got to do to take it out. So this is what it looks like up here. This is what we got to take out. So in order to get this out, you can probably do it without it, but we're going to take the battery out, take the air box off with the tube, and then this whole tray right here comes out. We'll show you as we're doing it. I am out of kerosene. I'm going to go to the store. So I'm going to start with this. Once I get this and this off, I'll give you an update and then go from there and keep giving you an update as we go. Alright, when you get your battery out, this one might be missing a bolt or two because looks like there was probably one there at one time. But anyway, you got a bolt here. You got a bolt, 2 bolts here. And you got 4 bolts in here. I had to look. But you got, I'm sorry, 2 bolts in here. 2 bolts there, bolt there, 2 bolts against the fender well. You also have, see how the sensor's sticking out? You got a plug on the back side of the sensor. Also, take these off. I'll show you how to take these off as well. So it's just easier to get to everything and take those 2 off. Alright, to get these off, he's got a little clip right there. Got a little clip right there. It's hard to do one-handed, but I'm gonna try. And you just pull them up. You got that one. Get it out of the way. You got that one. Get it out of the way. If I can do this one-handed, y'all can get these off. So there's that. And after talking to Dad, we're gonna leave his brake master cylinder. So I'll show you how to do that. If we that way, if you want to replace it, you'll know how to do it. As you see, you got a bolt there. You got one on the other side, and it holds these brackets. It goes to these lines, and then you got to take the lines off. So we get those bolts off, we'll go from there. All right, y'all. There you go. We got the master cylinder off. We didn't actually unhook the lines off of it. It's still on, and the plug's still on. You just got to pull it back and over far enough to be able to get this out. So we took off the 2 lines and then the return line, and I got to go in there, and underneath the dash there's 4 bolts. I'll go under there, I'll show you that too, and then the piece for the brake pedal. So let me get on there and show you that stuff. But you can take this and you can actually move it off to the side. Just be careful because this is metal brake lines. You could kink one, break one. So just be careful of that. All right, y'all, so you see that little yellow pin right there? You gotta pull that pin out, and then that slides off of everything, and then you can pull the little electronic piece down with it. And then you gotta get those 4 bolts, one there, one on the bottom there, and one up above it. Just 4 bolts there, pull it out. So let's get this thing out of here. All right, y'all, there you go. We got the one we're putting in, the newer one put back in. So now we just gotta take this, and as you can see, I'll show you how this works. It actually moves around pretty easy. So I'll say you can do it. You just gotta be careful that you don't break those brake lines, because they are, I mean, they're just metal brake lines. It slides on there, and you'll get your hoses run. So this is one of your hoses out here, run right there. And then that brace right here actually go on to that, which I only got one hand, but I'll show you once I get that hose on there. But you get the gist, you put that up, put that line in, and then there you go. Actually, I'll probably put the, what I'll probably do, see if I can get it one-handed here. So what I would do realistically is I would put this on, get that lined up. I can't do this one-handed, y'all. I say I can't. You can do anything you put your mind to. Here you go. See there? Get that put on there, then you'll get a nut put on and go from there. So I'm gonna get the nuts started on, as you can see. So if you get that put on beforehand, it's a lot easier than trying to do it, because you want to put that on there and then attach it up there. So we'll get some nuts started. I didn't tighten these up the last time I done it. I don't tighten these up all the way, and that way this can move a little bit. See how it can move? And we can get that hose where we need it to. And then once we get those tightened down, we tighten these down. So let's get to it. Next up, we gotta build a bumper for this thing. We'll see how it turns out. Good to go.